Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 Online video. And in this video, what I would like to do is purchase the Evans repeater and actually see if it's worth it. Now, I do currently have the Lancaster repeater, and it is easily one of my favorite weapons here in Red Dead Online. Now, what I would like to do is obviously buy the Evans repeater. I know it's going to be $300, but I kind of want to compare the stats of the two and kind of see what the difference is between the two of them. Can you just shut up, my dude? We need to look at your catalog. We don't need to hear your shit about selling us some items. Just please no. Oh, that's right. I can't buy them here. I have to go up to a stupid gunsmith store that Saint Denis actually has. Gosh darn it. All right, so we're going to be comparing the Evans repeater to the Lancaster repeater here in just a moment. Oh, geez, what the hell happened here? There's murders and whatnot going on around Saint Denis. There's bodies everywhere. But yeah, we're going to be purchasing the Evans repeater and seeing what kind of stats that this is going to have for us. So let's go ahead and browse this catalog. Let's pull this up here real quick. I guess I could have pulled up my my own catalog to check that out. So we have unique weapons, and that's where the rare shotgun was at. So it's not obviously under there. And you can see that I have a majority of the weapons. Actually, I bought one of the semi-automatics with the cash that I got from the Cougar glitch, and you can see that I spent a ton of my money already. So here's the Evans repeater. It's $300, which I can easily afford, but I kind of want to look at the difference of the stats. So the Lancaster does more damage. It's cheaper right off the bat. The range, it's about the same. The fire rate, is actually a little bit faster. The reload speed is lower, and the accuracy is worse. No, it's actually just a hair better. I don't know if this is actually going to be worth it, but I'm going to be purchasing it. We're going to kind of compare it apple to apples. I still think that going forward, that Lancaster is going to be my weapon of choice. But we're going to go ahead and purchase it, and then we're going to do a little bit of upgrading to it as well. So let's go ahead and buy this thing. There we go. Yeah, I like the way that the Lancaster looks so much better currently. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just configure this thing real quick. We're going to put some rifling on it. It gives us a little bit better range. It's going to cost us $80. So now we already have 380 into it. We're going to do iron sights. We're going to get it a little bit better accuracy. That's $400 into it. Yikes, this thing is getting expensive. I'm not going to put the stock or anything like that. I don't really care about those things at all. But what I want to do is I need to wrap it, not like a wrap, but we need to do the style, and we need to do the varnish to the dark walnut, because all my other weapons are that. I think it's an absolutely beautiful addition to the gun. But what we're going to do from here is we are going to actually go into a couple showdown matches. I'm going to test it, and you guys will be able to see the gameplay, and then I'm going to kind of give my final thoughts. And it's the only two weapons that I'm actually going to bring into the Showdown series. Well, it's not the only two, but it's the two main ones that I will bring in here. So let's go ahead and make sure that we got the Evans repeater there, and then I'm going to make sure that I have the Lancaster. And then what I'm going to put here is I'm going to do my double small shotties here. There we go. So now we got the double shotties perfectly. We kind of have everything set up the way we want. So what I'm going to do is I'll be right back with you guys, and you guys will see me in some Showdown series, hopefully using this weapon. Now, I was able to use the Evans repeater in a couple different Showdown series, but I'm only going to show Most Wanted in this case. I was able to use it in Hostile Territory, but I wanted to be able to show a game mode where I pretty much only use the Evans repeater. So from here on out, it's the only weapon that I'm going to use in this Most Wanted Showdown series gameplay. Now, I do want to say a couple different things about it. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, that you do get 26 ammo versus only having 14 loaded. So it's a lot less to reload all the time. And it actually does reload fairly fast, as you guys can kind of see there. But when you get into like bigger gunfights and you have 14 bullets in your Lancaster repeater, this one definitely seems to be a little bit better just because you don't have to reload it as often. So you can jump around a little bit more. You don't have to necessarily always worry about reloading. And the one thing that took me a little bit time to get used to is it actually sounds like the same kind of shot that the Lancaster repeater has if you ever shoot in Slippery Bastard. So that's kind of what the sound reminded me of. It sounds more like a shotgun, but it definitely is a repeater, and you can get some good headshots, as you're going to see in some of this later gameplay of this Most Wanted Showdown series. So this nice little flick up on the wrist there on the stick, and we're able to get a couple decent headshots right here, and I'm able to take the lead. Now, as you can see, basically just doing all my normal things. Obviously, Never Without One is helping me a little bit here in this mode, and you can start to see what this thing is actually capable of doing. So I really enjoyed using the Evans repeater. I probably played a couple different Most Wanted series with it and a few Hostile Territories with this as well. And I have to say that I never actually pulled out the Lancaster because I was trying to force myself to use the Evans repeater and see if I truly like it or not. And I actually have to say that even though the stats were a little bit less, now keep in mind that you saw me increase a couple of the components to this rifle, and to kind of get the same results that I got with this gun, I definitely recommend that you guys are going to probably have to get those. And I do have some certain cards that are set up for my abilities in these Showdown modes. But overall, I did really enjoy the Evans repeater, and I'm definitely going to be using it again. Honestly, I will probably keep this on me versus the rifle or the bolt action rifle because I just really liked this one. And I just don't like how slow and sluggish the bolt-action rifle seems when you're actually doing some PvP. So you're just going to see that I'm going to try to do as best that I can, and I know that people are behind me, so I'm trying to be careful when I can here. But yeah, a quick little into Deadeye there, and I'm able to kind of recover from being shot from the behind there, so that works out pretty good. And yeah, it's amazingly accurate. We're able to get a lot of headshots, as you can see. We're doing very well for ourselves. Unfortunately, we're not number one right now, but it's working really good for us. Now, I would have to say that the stats are virtually the same as the Lancaster, and that's the specific weapon that I'm comparing it to in this video, and that is because I just love the Lancaster so much. And it's one of my weapons that when I go into any Showdown mode, I am bringing the Lancaster, and I will be bringing the Evans repeater with me. It's going to be the Lancaster and the Evans repeater. Now, obviously, the only bad thing about having those two guns in a Showdown is that they do use the same ammo, which kind of sucks. I wish that wasn't really the case, but I wish that the Evans was more of a rifle, but it's not. It's a repeater, and it is what it is. But we're able to, we can load in on some special ammo. We can load in and make sure that our ammo is completely full, especially in between matches. And I don't think I'm really going to have that big of an issue getting or making sure that I have enough ammo going into some of the Showdown matches. Now, obviously, I didn't test the Evans repeater out in the world. I don't ever use the Lancaster besides PvP. And I don't use it for hunting. I really don't. It's pretty much when I'm hunting, I'm using either the bolt-action rifle or I'm using the varmint rifle. When I'm hunting, those are the two things that I pretty much am using, and I'm making sure that I'm not using the repeater as best as possible. I don't really know why you would actually use either the repeaters for any type of hunting that I can honestly think of, because the bolt-action rifle is a little bit more powerful when it comes to taking down animals. So I guess that's what I would say that you're going to want to probably have, and not use the Evans repeater. But that's kind of just my little kind of tips and tricks on it. I'm going to continue to show you guys the rest of the gameplay so you guys can see how I did overall, only using the Evans repeater. And obviously you're checking that, you can see that I'm pulling up my wheel and making sure that it's the only weapon that I have that I'm using, and I did that completely on purpose because I didn't want to use anything else. So yeah, and look at I mean, a couple of these Deadeye shots were pretty amazing. Little jumping around, trying to get some of the kills as best as possible. Almost getting back up to first place again, 231 and 240. Just using the Evans repeater. Just came out today. Only was maybe, this was like I think my 5th match total in, but you have to remember that a couple of my Showdown series were actually like name your weapon, which is my least favorite of any of the Showdown options. I'd rather play Hostile Territory and Most Wanted all the time. I wish that we had an option in order to just play those gameplays or those series, because that is what I want from the Showdown series. I want us to be able to choose what matches that we really want to be able to participate in. So, but I mean, look at these awesome shots that we're getting, and they're fairly long distances too. They're not like they're right up and close and personal. They are, you know, half a block away, and we're easily getting the kills that we need to. This thing is going to be in my inventory, like I said before, every time that I walk into a PvP mode. This thing, it's not as beautiful as the Lancaster. I prefer the look of the Lancaster a lot better. But look at that, 22 and 6 just using the Evans repeater. I definitely recommend that you guys give this thing a try. It does cost a little bit of money. I spent over $400 on this weapon, so I'm definitely going to have to make sure that I'm playing some PvP Showdown modes in order to get my money back from buying this weapon. But that's all right. It's a brand new weapon. We're using it. We got 2nd place, and honestly, it's an A+. An A, maybe not A+, but it's definitely an A in my book, and I recommend that you guys give it a try. Anyway, guys, that is all the time that I have for in today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. And if you guys did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it. And you guys stay gaming.